Okay, everyone, please remain seated while the graduates march in to pomp and circumstance tonight. Good evening. Whoops, was that a little too loud there? Good evening and welcome to the 2022 RSU 19 Adult Education Ceremony. Tonight, we are here to honor the graduates you see before you, each taking a different road to get to this place, but getting here just the same. This year, 28 graduates received their high school diploma or HiSET. Tonight, we have 14 of them who chose to participate in our commencement ceremony. Before we begin, if you haven't already done so, in respect for our graduates, please turn off your cell phone ringers, alarms, and other things that go beep in the night. You are more than welcome to take pictures throughout the ceremony. Our photographer will be taking photos all throughout tonight's graduation, and DVDs will be available to purchase if anybody wants them afterwards. So just remain seated so that everybody can see their grads, because we don't want to miss this, right? This is a big night for everybody. And you're probably wondering why you have paper and pencils and crayons on some of your tables. Do you have those? You should. If you do have them on your tables, they're just so that you can write a message to the grad that you're here for, or just doodle, because I know I love to doodle when I'm working on other things too. So, and we'll take care of everything afterwards. We'll clean it all up. So first of all, I am just so grateful that all of you chose to join us tonight in this year's graduation. And secondly, I am so proud of the accomplishments that our students have achieved. This year, our program had 28 graduates. They completed their high school diploma or HiSET. The HiSET is the high school equivalency test. It used to be called the GED. and they switched that back in 2014. And of those, 14 chose to participate and celebrate their accomplishments and get ready to take the next step in their endeavors. Several of these graduates you see before you have narrowed down their search for additional post-secondary education. A few have already been accepted into the college and or area of their choice. So, as you can see, taking the difficult route, it means that they may have built character. They're discovering it's not always easy in the real world without a diploma. They're learning how to juggle life with school, learning how to prioritize what is most important, and taking the giant step to move forward for that goal. This year, we continued career counseling services for students finishing their high school academics and have not decided what they want to do afterwards, so that will help them, guide them on their path to achieve their goals. This has proven to be beneficial to our graduates, and some of the future plans were expanded to continuing on to post-secondary school, whether it's a 2-year program or a 4-year program, obtaining a career of their choice, additional career training, enlisting in the military, and so on. Our program continues to make changes in our programming to meet the state's standards and more adequately prepare our students for success in post-secondary and future careers. And just for kicks and giggles, I know you all love some real numbers, right? So just sit back, and here's a few numbers for you. Since 2000, it seems like yesterday to me, but it might seem like a longer time to some of you. This little old program has produced some amazing accomplishments. We have had 791 graduates receiving a high school diploma, GED, or HiSET. Over 9,822 students in academic classes to meet those goals. We helped 3,401 students prepare for college or a career change, and that also included some of the CNA classes and CMA classes that we used to have as well. We held college classes right on our property for 2,301 students. We created lots and lots of enrichment classes, which we refer to as the fun classes, to serve 8,193 students. So were you adding all of those up? The total is 24,508. Can you believe that? A little old town in the middle of Maine, and all because we care about our students, and we are here to serve all of our communities, and we're not done yet. This year I've been really focusing on not only serving our students, but also on gratitude. And so I start each day with gratitude, and so I'm going to include that in what I do tonight as well. Because these are not small accomplishments that are happening in this program. Every hurdle represents another challenge to overcome. In fact, I was talking with one student the other day, so the more successes that you have, it's going to create more responsibilities. Some people don't want those extra responsibilities, right? But all of these would not be possible without the help from various people and organizations throughout our community behind the scenes who also believe in lifelong learning. Therefore, I would like to thank my secretaries, Brenda and Kathy, Mr. Hammer, our superintendent of schools, for his support in the adult education program to promote lifelong learning throughout our communities. The school board for their unending support of our program. The building principals throughout the district for use of their facilities in the evenings as needed. The custodians throughout the district, And of course, especially here at Nokomis, because the majority of the classes are here, and they have to put up with me a lot more. And of all of our teachers, Barbara, Lori, Pam, Carol, John, and Kurt. They all put in extra time and effort because of their belief in our students and the enjoyment in sharing their knowledge. Family members and friends who supported our students' endless hours of studying or being away from home during some crucial dinner time hours, and even providing transportation to help them be successful in the program. And last but not least, our community. Our community members who have entered our program in one facet or another, and they make it all worthwhile, and that's all of you. As always, our future plans are to continue expanding the program to offer more of what you, the community, are looking for. The summer schedule is well underway, and it will run right through into August. The next fall schedule is in the planning stages, so if you have other ideas that you want us to do, you can always reach us. But ultimately, we believe in lifelong learning from beginning to end, and we are committed to help you along your journey, even when the bumpy roads appear. These students you see before you have endured some bumpy roads and climbed hurdles to be here tonight. They would like to present their gratitude with a little token of appreciation. So each year I try to do something just a little bit different with some of the speeches. And so we're going to start out with something you might not expect. But anyways, so what's going to define who you are? Where you are right now, or who you used to be? Or are you going to become, or who you are going to become after you conquer your challenges? Focus on where you want to be, on where you're going, not where you were. When you get to an obstacle, do you find a way to climb over it, or do you admit defeat? Because, quite frankly, it's nearly impossible to climb when you're complaining about the obstacle. So, what is your purpose? Your purpose needs to be bigger than anything else. Nothing can take your purpose away. Don't let the struggle get in, and don't let your struggle define you. Keep focusing on what you want more of. If you're placing your focus on your struggles, they're going to multiply. It's important to focus on your future and keep pointing in the direction of positive and where you want to go. After all, adult education is a second chance. Are you willing to take just the next right step? We're here to guide you through. We see the big picture, but you have to be willing to follow our advice and take the next step. What happens if you don't take your second chance? You're being selfish. Just think of how many people you wouldn't help if you didn't take that chance. For example, if you want to become a teacher, but you decided it's too hard and you chose not to. So what about those students that needed to hear your story or have your guidance or know that you had their back? Or if you wanted to work in healthcare, but you chose not to, that's too hard. You might have been the person that made the difference in that person's life or the quality of their quality of life or their health. Even what if you want to work in an office setting, but you decided it's not worth the second chance? You might have been the one person who makes everybody's day. You were given your second chance. It's time to make it count. So tell me, what's going to define who you are, where you are right now, who you used to be, or who you're going to become after you conquer your challenges? So we have a couple of students that would like to speak tonight, and I'm going to call up Charlie Munn, first of all.
Hi. First of all, I would like to thank the staff here at the Adult Education program. They helped me so much, especially with my confidence in myself. I didn't think I would ever graduate, but they motivated me and reassured me every step of the way. Traditional school was not easy for me after 6th grade. I would barely attend and at many points just didn't. I never really fit in at school or the classes. If it was honors, I felt like it was too much. If it was normal classes, I felt like it was boring. Most of the classes were boring to me and felt pointless. I felt like I was being told the same things on repeat. I struggled with the motivation, but I could always keep decent grades by barely putting in effort. I never had to study or worry about good grades. The material was so easy, but the atmosphere made it feel so impossible. School is so difficult for many people in a variety of ways. I really hope to see more people who have struggled or have any struggles with school be successful through alternative education. I'm really proud of everyone who's graduated and myself. I'm working on getting my license, I have a job, and I graduated. Those things may be minor accomplishments to most people, but for me, they're huge. Things turned around so quickly for me after I attended adult education. The HiSET program made graduating possible for me. Thank you.
I have something for you. Charlie? Thank you so much for speaking. She didn't want to speak. We told her she had to tell her story. I think she did a great job. Give her one more round of applause. And we do have one more speaker, Ivan Rosso.
Especially with my loud voice. After such a wonderful introduction, I can't wait to hear the speaker myself. Truly, oh, here he is. Well, you know, a wise man once said that intelligence is a lot like underwear. It's important that you have it, but not necessary that you show it off. Well, my goal tonight is not to show off my intelligence, but I do want to share with you a few words about how I got where I am today and why education is very important to me. And I am known for going over time sometimes, so they've told me they might have a little cane and they might have to pull me away, you know, if I get over time. So my education, before I went to public school for a little while, but of course due to some dilemmas I experienced there, namely the fact that I never wanted to sit still, I was homeschooled for most of my life, actually almost all of it other than a few months. And I was a pretty rotten kid. I didn't really like school. I didn't like learning. I didn't like, it was hard, and so I got very frustrated, and I didn't like it. But my mother tried her best, and, somehow it worked out. If you had told me when I was 13 years old that one day I would graduate from high school, I would not have believed you. In fact, when I was 13, I thought that one day I would be, when I was 18, a big slob with no job who didn't graduate high school and didn't really know very much, had no direction in life, and was living in his parents' basement or some other thing like that. So it's been pretty remarkable that I ended up getting out of that and coming to where I am today. And that would not have been possible without my mother, who tried. I was not a very good student most of the time, but she did a good job. And the reason I say 13 is around that age was when I started to really think more about my education. And I had an older brother, Daniel, who was a very good example of an assiduous scholastic laborer, as I always like to say. He always was very good at reading and studying, and he always seemed very smart. And I'd always wanted to be like him. I always thought, one day, I want to be like Dan. I don't want to. And my mother would always tell me, you've got to be more like your brother. And I thought, well, yeah, that's what I want to do. And off and on, it was pretty difficult over the years, but I finally managed to come in here and get my diploma. The other thing that I just want to briefly mention is that there was a third thing that did help me in the process of understanding the importance of education, and that is my religion. As some of you may know, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and some of you probably know it as the Mormons, but we don't like to be called that. We prefer the other way. And in our church, we have a very strong emphasis on the importance of education. And the reason why is because we believe that it's very important for us to progress and change and become better people over time. In the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 52, it says that Jesus increased in learning and wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and man. So if we want to be like Jesus, which is really what my goal is, I should start learning and increasing the way he did. And the other reason is, that education provides us with opportunities that we would not otherwise have. It allows us to progress, which is what we're really big on in, the church I go to, is the idea of progression, being a better person. Just think about it. Just a few centuries ago, the maximum speed of communication was a horse. You get on a horse and you run, and that's about as fast as I could talk from here to, say, Taiwan in China. Today we have communication at the speed of light, which I'm sure most of us would agree is a better way of doing things. Education is the only way to find a better way to do things. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. So education should prompt your ultimate sense of FOMO, or fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out on what's coming, and the world is changing at an accelerating pace. And I hope that through my education, I can become a part of that progress of technology, science, and other things like that. And another thing that I very strongly believe in, a lot of people talk about lifelong learning. I say humbug. I'm going to keep learning even after I'm dead. And if you don't believe me, just go ahead and watch. Joseph Smith once said that it's the great privilege of all of us that we don't have to comprehend everything in this life. We get to learn even after we're dead. So lifelong learning, I say, poppycock, I'm going to learn for all eternity and never cease to learn. So I want to thank my mother, my brother Daniel, and my wonderful religion and church that has inspired me to increase in intelligence, because the glory of God is intelligence. And I thank you all.
Ivan, get back up here. Ivan, get back up here. I just have a little something for you. No, you're not. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ivan. Give him one more round of applause. We have an impromptu speaker coming up. So, Camryn Kenney is going to take the stage.
Hi there. I don't know how I'm going to proceed after that, but good job. I wasn't planning on this, but I just wanted to say that I am so proud of the people I graduated with, and I cannot thank the wonderful teachers and my wonderful friends and family who helped me get here. If you had told me, maybe even a couple months ago, that I would be not only pursuing education, but graduated, I would not have believed you. And I could not have done it without my beautiful family and my beautiful friends, and I want to say thank you so, so much. School did not go well for me. I never thought I would get a chance to, actually follow through with it, but you all have proved me that I can do it, and we all can do it, and I'm just so proud of everyone. So thank you so much.
Don't we? Thank you very much, Camryn. Camryn has an old soul. We've had lots of discussions in the office, and it's a lot of fun. Thank you, Camryn. Give her one more round of applause. She's awesome. That's why I like my job so much. I get to meet so many people all the time, all different kinds of people. I love it, because I don't know what else I would want to do when I grow up. So, one more little speech, and then we're going to get to the diplomas, because they're going, will you hurry up? So here's a little excerpt from Mel Robbins. I don't know how many of you know Mel Robbins. She wrote The High Five Habit. So, I'm not ready yet. It's not the right time. I mean, maybe it could be the right time, but it doesn't feel like the perfect time. You know what? I need a full block of time to do this, and I better not start since I don't have 2 hours. Maybe I'll just empty the dishwasher, do a little laundry, rearrange my desk, and push back my cuticles and take the schmutz out of my belly button before starting. I promise I'll totally tackle that this afternoon. No, tonight. Tomorrow? Next week? Next month? Next year? Maybe another load of laundry first. I think my eyebrows need waxing. Does this resonate with any of you? It does with me on lots of things. When you come into our program, we're so excited about all of your possibilities. We know your potential. We can see the big picture. You're also very excited when you finally make the decision to start. Then you go home, and the kids are crying, or you see the laundry waiting for you, or the dishes piling up, or anything else that can distract you from your dreams and goals. You don't go to a class for a little while, and we miss you. So we call you. Is everything okay? What else can we do to help? You tell us what we want to hear, like I'm planning on coming in next week, so we leave you alone just a little while longer. But you really never did intend to come in next week. Then we call again. It's funny how we do that around here. We make new plans and goals with you. You might even come in for a class or two, and you do a little work on your own, then you disappear again. Of course, we reach out again. Your phone number has changed. It seems like everybody's phone numbers change every other day. Or you haven't set up your voicemail. So we call the alternate number you gave us, or we text you. You know what? Sometimes we're fighting harder for your dreams than you are. Did you ever notice that? I know it's scary. It's scary making a change. What will everyone think of you? If I go to class and don't hang out with my friends, they'll think I'm some type of weirdo. If I go to class instead of fixing my husband's and the kids' dinner, I'll be a bad mom. What if I can't do it? When we are scared to make the change, no matter how much we really want it, we still self-sabotage ourselves. Procrastination, perfectionism, fear of success, and all of that and more come into play. Excuses galore rise out of the ashes. So here's the kicker. Your friends are not the ones who will pay your bills. Your friends are not the ones who want this dream. You do. It's time to start going after what you want, your career, your business, your family. If they're really your friends, they'll be supportive of you. They'll be right there. We all know that they're going to talk about you if you're succeeding, and they're going to talk about you if you're failing. It doesn't matter. So why not just do what you want to do? Like I said, I know it's hard making a change, even when it's for something good. Did you ever wish for something so much, but someone else got it instead? Or did you see your friend achieve a really big goal and have a little tinge of jealousy? Yes, we've all been there too. But you know something? If they can do it, you can too. Just because they got something extra special doesn't mean you won't someday. Just because they got that raise and you didn't doesn't mean you won't also later on. So according to Arsha Jones, she did a TED Talk or something like that I found the other day. It was interesting, but anything is possible. Don't allow your insecurities and fear of rejection to hold you back from pursuing the life of your dreams. It can happen, but you have to take responsibility of what you haven't done and your role and why things aren't happening the way you think they should. Now, this is going to require a change. Be your own hero and save yourself. Be fed up and use that frustration to fuel your drive. Change your mindset and create your own opportunities, because remember, nobody's coming to save you. And just to wrap it up, a little more wisdom from Mel Robbins. You are never, ever, ever, ever going to feel like doing the things you need to do in order to have what you want. You're always going to need to push yourself. You're always going to need to parent yourself. The bottom line is no one's coming. No one's going to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn off the TV. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to tell you to apply for that job that you've always dreamt about. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to do the best we can with these diplomas and make sure we don't get them all out of order. How's that? No guarantees. So we have Mr. Hammer and we have Robin McNeil from the school board. So, do you want to say anything, Mr. Hammer? He's a man of few words. He said they all said it better than he could. Yeah, they did a great job, didn't they? One more round of applause before I give him a diploma, because I'm not giving it to him yet. They're going, oh, come on. The first one is Jake Fillmore. See, good thing we practiced shaking hands, huh? They didn't know why we practiced that. Asheley Gallagher. Gabe Hopkins. No, stand up. You guys stay standing up. Just move over. Damon Israel. Taylor Johnson. Camryn Kenney. I like making you guys wait. Charlie Munn. Sheila Pomeroy. Joseph Reitze. Ivan Rosso. William Shaw. Seth Shapiro. Aubrey Sigston. And Megan Spencer. That's all of them, yeah. So don't, actually this side can stand up too. All together. Gonna grab our tassels, switch them to the left side. Congratulations. The class of 2022 for RSU 19 Adult Education. Woo-woo! Betty, do you want just a picture of them to sort of scooch in together? That would be great. Can you guys just come in front of the podium a little bit? Yeah, all of you. You can do a serious one and then a goofy one. Thank you. Oh.